Hi, my name is Oscar, and I was in charge of marketing for Team D this semester for the BSG. Here are some things that I learned along the way through doing the BSG. Some of them really positive, some of them not so positive, but we're here to talk about them. I think the first thing that I learned was accountability and accountability in all senses. I think starting with myself, it's really important to keep yourself accountable because once you slip up once, it's really easy to do it again and again and again and again. And it kind of just becomes like this ice, what are they called? Avalanche. Yeah, avalanche of issue after issue after issue. And so I think that was really important. Keeping myself accountable was important. I think keeping other people accountable was important. Making sure that people are doing what they're saying, keeping them on track, and in turn, hopefully, hope that they keep you on track. I think that was really important. And calling people out. And I think calling people out in the proper and professional way is appreciated at the end because then everyone ends up gaining from that experience and kind of like growing from it. And with that, I think another thing that I learned was like personalities may clash and teams may not always be the best fit, but at the end of the day, like it's your requirement and like your responsibility, I think is a better word, to make sure that it works. And I think kind of using everyone's differences for the right thing. And if someone's really creative, put them in a creative spot. If someone's really analytical, put them in like a financial or mathematical spot. So it was one of those things where like I feel like we were so very different and had very different opinions that it kind of caused a lot of issues along the way. And I think it made me understand that like not all teams are gonna work out perfectly and seamlessly, and like yeah, in like a kumbaya like perfect world, it probably would have, but it wasn't. And given the circumstances that this semester had and the turns that it took, we ended up with this. Um, and for those of you who don't know, my team did end place last, and while it's not necessarily something to I think celebrate, I think in the long run, I learned a lot of lessons that I would much rather and prefer to learn in a simulation game versus like a real life situation where I would be dealing with companies of true like real millions of dollars. So I think that was kind of like a silver lining to this. I think another really cool thing that I'm taking away from this is like to not have a skewed perspective of other people's intentions and sort of let their actions speak for their intentions. And with that, I mean, like, not everyone's going to be as equally excited about things as you. And so, yes, maybe I and one other person on this team may have been really excited about it. Not everyone's going to be, and some people are going to be very outward in expressing their discontent or unhappiness in being in a specific team or participating in an assignment that they don't want to participate in. And that one took me for a good loop. But I think in the long run, it made me realize that like not everyone's gonna have very similar likings as me, and I guess that's okay. But like, still call them out and keep them accountable because they are still part of your team. Um, I think the next thing that I learned is like you're not always going to be on top. You're not always going to be the best. You're not always going to be, number one, and that's okay. And I think again, that's one of the things that I learned through this was like that's fine. And then I think the last one that I'm going to talk about is uh, the biggest one I'm going to take away from this, and probably the most obvious one that I'll take away from this. But read the rules. I think I read the rules, but I didn't read the rules and sit down and understand them and take notes and like really digest and understand like what this entailed. And through not truly reading the rules, I think I missed a lot of the learning opportunities, and I think I missed a lot of the benefits to the simulation game. And that I take on my behalf. Like, I understand that. So, I mean, it is what it is, and I kind of move on and learn from it. And lastly, have passion with what you do, be compassionate with others, and just have fun through the experience because that's all you really can do. And those are the things that I learned while doing this assignment.